Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday Testimony. What's that? Well, it's where I share a personal realization, where I get raw and exposed, kind of the unplugged version of me. So let's get started. A couple years ago, I embarked on a journey to find myself, my true self. Just what did that mean? So for me, it meant taking a little long look in the mirror. Okay, what did I like? What didn't I like? And just what, if anything, was I going to do about it? Right? So, because I have a logical, analytical mind, first thing that came to my mind was a list. Let's make a list of pros and cons. Well, let me tell you, there were more cons than there were pros. So how was I going to do that? Just what was I going to do? Honestly, my environment, we're all a product of our environment. And my environment was toxic. It was toxic growing up. It was toxic in my married life. And I found that I was at crossroads. I wasn't happy. But I didn't know what to do about it. I didn't know why I wasn't happy, or just, how to go about making change. I grew up with very high expectations that were unrealistic. And no matter how hard I tried, the bar just kept getting moved higher and higher, or lower, depending upon what the mood was. And so I didn't necessarily grow up in an empathetic, supportive environment. And I found that that made me a very negative, jaded person. So that was one of the things that I needed to change. I no longer wanted to be that person. I didn't want to look at the world in such a negative light. So, that's sort of the impetus of my weekly posts, my daily posts, is how to remain positive when everything in your core is negative. Took some time to do that. Took a couple of years to get there. I realized that I wasn't happy in my marriage. My marriage of 32 years. And so at the point where I decided to embark on my journey, I made a decision and I told my husband that I wanted to separate. And, there were lots of negative words said, how selfish I was being. Yeah, I was. I was being very selfish because I needed to. I didn't know what love was. It wasn't a word that was used while I, was growing up, and it was not something certainly that I had in my marriage. And so while I loved this person, I wasn't in love with this person. And, what did that really mean? Well, first, it meant I couldn't love someone else because I didn't love me. I didn't love the person that I was. So how could I love another? Well, 2 years. Took me 2 years of self-reflection. Lots of tears, lots of self-anger, if you will. And I got there. I'm a completely different person today than I was 2 years ago. There's plenty of negative in this world. There really is. There's enough to go around and around and around, believe me. But I'm not concentrating on that anymore. I'm concentrating on the positive. So what about that negative can I cull from that? What can I learn? How can I change my way of looking at things and not look at it negatively? Okay. So that's what I've been doing over the last couple of years, and I feel 1,000 times better. I have love in my heart. I'm light, I'm free, I'm happy. I want to share something with you. My best friend sent me this poem a little over a year ago, June 5th, 2018. So I want to read it to you because it really sums up what I've been going through. So here we go. Somewhere between what she survived and who she was becoming was exactly where she was meant to be. She was starting to love the journey and find the comfort in the quiet corners of her wildest dreams. They say people don't change. Well, she wasn't always this way. Even if she didn't change the entire world, she would change her part of it. And she would affect the people she shared it with. A butterfly whose wings have touched can indeed fly. Whether something was meant to be or meant to leave didn't matter as much anymore. She would soak up the sun, kiss the breeze, and she would fly regardless. And that really does sum up where I am today. Do I still have work to do? Absolutely. It's a daily challenge, right? To not make that space in your mind, in your life, for those negative things to creep in. Some people think, I'm looking at the world through rose-colored glasses. Well, you know what? I like the view. And if you just try them on, you might too. So, thanks so much for listening. I really hope you enjoy what I share. I want to leave you with this again today. First off, love yourself and love another. Be kind and always, always smile. Have a beautiful day.